What's good, Wagering World? It's your boy Five Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. And here with my co-host, the only Sacramento Kings fan I know. What's good, Spread? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. Other than getting the rug pulled out for me twice in a row now on my tennis picks,
Oh,
everything's going good here in sunny Sacramento.
yeah, man, you've had a rough one with that, man. It's really feeling bad for you, Spread. Last night I was watching that match, and I was like, man, it's unbelievable that this guy's really about to smoke this match. And the second straight free play that you gave out, where the guy had the match on his racket, and it's rare that you see um, these ATP players when they're serving for match. He blew it in the tiebreaker, and before that, Quarter blew it serving out the match. But man, if you would have watched it, also, I know you said you were going back and forth on the WTA. They really screwed SONEGA, man. The game really should have been over and covered by 5 games because it was a clearly out on one of the forehands by Wolf. They missed it. They don't have a machine to check it there. They don't have the automated system in Mexico. Surprising, right?
Yeah.
In Mexico, that they don't have it, right? So they pretty much just go by, the line call. So they went with it. They showed the replay a million times on the tennis network, man, and it was out by like 5 feet, and they gave it to him, and Sonega never recovered. He kind of got in his mind. So that leads us into yesterday's news.
Yeah, yesterday's news, right? And these things happen, and we started off right on a great run with the show, The Wagering World, right? And I'm sure people tuning in, but just think, boy, these guys have great lives, right? They just talk about games, place
Right.
the bet, and go collect their money,
Right.
And I think that it's kind of necessary and instructive, especially for new bettors to see. Not only are we handicapping matches, not only are we practicing bankroll management, there's also emotions, handling adversity, just like these sports players feel. And I think that's why, it's so fun for us that used to compete in athletics now to transfer into this. A lot of the same things, right?
Yeah.
Just like when the Boston Celtics go on a 4-game losing streak, right? These NBA players don't win every game. These NFL guys don't, they lose heartbreakers too, right? Where
Right.
they get a bad call or, everything's going right and just something wonky happens. So we're doing it as well. And I think, it is good for the viewers to see that, hey, we don't win every match, but watch our approach after the loss, right? I'm not
Right.
upset. I would have been more upset if I would have had the wrong play, right?
Right.
If
No, you
Wolf just
had the
came
right
out and
play.
smoked him,
Yeah.
yeah,
You had the
then I
right play.
revisit my process. But instead, stay confident. That's why we do practice bankroll management. Still got, plenty to keep going,
That's
stay
right.
alive. And I think that, it's kind of instructive here. This isn't all just, place the bet and go collect your money like an ATM. Things like this do happen. So, now you get to see how we deal with this, and you can see I'm calm, level-headed. This has happened before, and it's going to happen again. But I have faith in my process, and I'm ready to get on it. But it's not all bad news today because you gave out a winner yesterday. Did you want to go over that one?
Yeah, man. We were able to cash again on the college basketball with Yale. Like I told you guys, I've been really fortunate that college basketball is one of my fortes, and it's available right now. My guy can't even give out any NBA. He's forced to deal with these maniacs on the tennis court. And right now, man, the tennis has been very erratic. If you bet as much as me and Spread do, I haven't really been betting as much tennis as I used to. I've been betting more college basketball just simply because people, these players haven't been really performing at the same type of rate that they were in the past years, where you can kind of count on certain results. It's been very, very up and down for a lot of these players, even the top ones. And so I think it's a lot to do with COVID. What about you? You think it has to do a lot with the COVID breaks and all of that? Why people aren't playing as well as they used to, or as consistent as they used to with the tennis?
Yeah, I definitely think so. The travel has gotten a lot tougher for them. There's different regulations wherever they go, right? So you and I, right? We kind of know what's expected from us as far as mask policies and vaccination policies for getting to events, things like that. This is they're going to different cultures, different attitudes, right? And we've seen around the world, some places are really strict. Some places have acted like nothing's happened at all. So
Right.
not only that, it affects their practice schedule. Affects the amount of time that they get to spend, the travel time. I think everything's a lot rougher for them, especially with some of these younger players who might not be as used to the tour and the traveling and don't have the experienced people around them to help them schedule properly.
Yeah, man, it's been very up and down on that. So, but we've been having a great run on the college basketball. We got you guys 2 straights in a row now. First we had, pardon me, that's 3 straight, right? Spread. I had Maryland -3, Yale -3. So we're looking good on the college basketball side, and my guy's going to get to some NBA tomorrow. Today's got another tennis match. We're going to hopefully see if that one can cash. Reviewing a little bit about what happened with the Yale game, it pretty much went how I expected. As I said, they won 10 straight against Dartmouth. They've covered every time that they played them, even when they're on the road, and they were able to hang on. They started fast. It was a 9-point halftime lead. Dartmouth made it a little bit interesting at the end, but luckily for me, Yale was shooting good on the free throw line, and they were able to close out the game. So we were able to cash that Yale -3. So now, Spread, let's get to the ball and parlay, and let's get the people some money today.
All right, I will not be deterred. I'm going to get some more ATP action here. Staying away from Mexico, though. Let's go where they have the line systems in place so the players can challenge those calls. We're going to head over to ATP Dubai. And what an interesting tournament this is. Only 500 ranking points on the line, but $2,800,000 in prize money, right? As we know, those guys in the Middle East, they are desperate, to be on the world stage. They want the best over there. And they want to be involved, and so they're willing to offer exorbitant sums of money here. So we can expect the best from these players as they're over here competing. I mean, off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure this is the highest amount you can win for an ATP 500. So I'm going to go with Yannick Sinner, and he's playing Hubert Hurkacz. So Hubert Hurkacz is 25 years old, Polish player. Big serve, big forehand. I mean, that's pretty standard on the ATP tour. And he's going against Sinner, who's a young Italian player that really plays, with a lot of topspin, a lot of ground style on his ground strokes. Definitely more of a baseline player here, but Sinner can still dial up that serve. And I think that's going to be the difference in this match tonight. The fact that Yannick Sinner, in any neutral rally, right, when they're both in neutral position behind the baseline, Sinner should have the advantage there. So other than the free points that Hurkacz is going to get from his beautiful first serve, right, because he can really blast it in there. Sinner's going to have the advantage there, and I think that will be in the difference in the match. I expect to see some breaks of serve here. Sinner's really good at taking advantage of second serves and putting his opponent on the defensive, and we know when you can do that on your return game, you got a great chance to break and put some pressure on your opponent. So I'm going to go with Yannick Sinner -2.5 games. What's your play?
We're going to stay with college basketball. We're going to go on the road this time, like we did yesterday, with Yale. We're going on the road with Creighton +5 at St. John's. The books really like St. John's for some reason. They've been getting a lot of lines more that's favorable to the bettors when it comes to St. John. I watch St. John's a lot. They play very erratic, up tempo, a lot of press, and a lot of unnecessary fouls. When they're hot, they're a problem because they do have a lot of athletes over there that can get up and down the court and they can score. They just don't shoot at a high percentage and they don't take smart shots. Creighton is rolling into this game now. They're 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. They've been playing well. They're adjusting to injuries that they were dealing with. A couple of their starters that went down, but now they've been able to get their rotation back right. Even though the starters aren't back, the kids who came in and replaced them have stepped up. As you know, their coach runs one of the best systems in college basketball. It's free flowing, a lot of threes, a lot of motion. He has an outstanding big man right now, over 7 foot, that I believe is going to give St. John's a lot of problems. As I told you, they're athletic, but they're very undisciplined. I expect them to get in foul trouble down low pretty quick. I'm not saying that St. John might not win the game, but I definitely want to take the 5 points with Creighton. But I also will be looking at the money line. It's such a good number at +200. I have to, because the Blue Jays have faced St. John earlier this year. They won by 23 points at home against them, and they've won 4 of the last 5 in the head-to-head. And in those victories, the prior victories, the 4 victories, they've won by an average of 19 points. So they've pretty much handed St. John all that they want and were able to handle them pretty easily each time they matched up. So I really like Creighton in this game. As I told you, I like their guard play. I like their center. And most of all, I love their coach and the system that he runs. And I think that they'll be more efficient and more organized and able to cover their 5 points against a very athletic but erratic St. John's team. So, guys, the ball and parlay today, spread is giving you guys Yannick Sinner and he's going to be minus 2.5 games against Cox. And I'll be taking Creighton on the road +5 at St. John's. As always, we thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me at 5-Star in Vegas. Follow my guy at Spread ASTAIRE. With mine, please spell out the 5. Also, please subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. It's Spread ASTAIRE. And then you have 5-Star in Vegas Sports Investments. You can catch us every day exclusively here on SCOON TV. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.